Are you wanting to get into sourdough but you have no idea where to start? And this video is for you. I started sourdough only a few months ago and I searched for a video that would make things seem so much more simple and help me know that this would be foolproof and that I wouldn't mess it up to give me the confidence I needed to just start. So today we're not going to be baking bread or anything, we're just going to be getting started with the basics of how to take care of your starter. And this is my starter. His name is Mr. Yeast and I love him. And the best part is I've had him for several months and he's still alive. I haven't killed him yet. It's been a minute since I've cooked with Mr. Yeast and he's starting to get hungry and I want to make sure he stays alive and well for times that I do want to cook with him, so come with me to feed him today. You're gonna need 2 jars. This is my active starter, Mr. Yeast, and this is my discard jar. As you can see, it's got a lot of liquid on it right now, and this is called hooch. It looks scary, but there's nothing to be afraid of. Hooch is literally just a product of fermentation. It means that your starter is hungry. This right here is just discard from the starter, so it's okay if it is not active, and this hooch can either be poured off or I can just stir it back in and you can still eat it and it's not gonna hurt anything. Some people choose to throw the discard away. I choose to keep it because it is still super yummy for things like pancakes and waffles and other things like that, and my kids absolutely love sourdough pancakes and we make it for dinner like once a week. So if you're getting ready to feed your active starter and you want to make something like pancakes or waffles or other discard recipes, then you're gonna want a separate jar to put your discard in. This is where I got really nervous. I felt like I was gonna do something wrong. I had seen so many creators that were weighing things on a scale and they were doing so many technical things, and that's just not really how I work. I'm super type C, so I was not about to measure things like this, and that's the best part about sourdough. It's so forgiving. You don't actually need to measure things. You can kind of go based off consistency, and my sourdough starter is still thriving. So first things first, you're gonna unscrew the lid on the sourdough starter. And if you don't have a starter yet, you can buy starting kits online. You can make your own starter, or you should just ask a friend. I'm sure they'd be thrilled to share with you. When you feed a sourdough starter, it grows a lot. And so you don't want to start with a jar that is full or it will overflow and go everywhere. And that's where the discard jar comes into play. You're gonna unscrew the lid on the discard jar. And you're going to pour some of your other starter into the discard. I'm getting sidetracked and stirring the hooch into my discard so that I don't have to look at it. And that's all you're gonna do with the discard jar. You can put the lid back on it now and put it back in your fridge for when you use it later. I'm making sourdough pancakes for dinner this week, so it will get used this week. As you can see, now there's only about this much in the jar and it is ready to feed. So the first thing you're gonna do is add some flour to your starter. And there's not an exact amount I use. I go based off the consistency. I like it to be kind of thick, almost like a pancake batter. So I'm gonna start by adding 3 scoops of flour. And before you stir that around, you need to add some hot water. So I just turn my tap on until it gets warm, and then I add that to this before I stir it. Here is some warm tap water, and I'm just gonna slowly add it in, and less is more. So I'm gonna stir it up and see where the consistency is at and add more if I need to. You also wanna make sure you scrape the sides so that all of the flour gets incorporated. So this is what it's looking like right now. It's a little bit too thick for me, so I'm gonna just add a little bit more water. Okay, now it's about where I like it. It looks like this now. I like it like this. It's not too runny. And I always wipe off my spoon with a paper towel because this stuff gets rock solid when it dries and I do not want it to hurt my pipes. I also will wipe off the rim so that the lid doesn't get dirty and gross. And then you just pop the lid right back on and screw it on. Now, depending on when you're gonna wanna bake with it, you either put it in the fridge if you're not gonna bake with it soon, or you leave it out on the counter because the warmer environment will help it to rise faster. Looks like this, and I'll leave it on my counter for a little bit to show you what it looks like when it becomes more active. I'm going to allow it to sit by the window in the sun to help it be a little bit warmer. And I'm gonna hurry and clean my kitchen, and then I will show you what it looks like in just a little bit. If you're concerned with where to start with the ratios of the flour to water, I usually just do a 1-to-1 ratio. So however much flour I put in is how much water I'm also going to add, because I don't really measure it. I just measure with my heart. I have to leave to go to a family dinner, so I'm gonna put this bad boy back in the fridge. But as you can see, it's already started to rise a little bit, and it really is that easy. So if you've been intimidated by sourdough, this is your sign to not be. If I can do it, so can you, because I've killed literally every houseplant we have ever had, and I have kept this alive for several months, so I'm sure you will be just great at it. So join those of us that love to do the dough and don't be sour about it. And like and subscribe and tell me more about your own sourdough journey.